What's up, everybody out there? It's your man D Notes here with the Divine Alignment Society, and today I want to talk about community harassment, aka gang stalking. I knew I was being gang stalked for a while. Not exactly sure how long it's been going on, but now that I look back, I realized that this has been going on for quite some time, maybe if not even my whole life. So I noticed that the harassment is more severe when you're out and about in the community doing your daily thing, whether that be going to work, or if you're just going to the store, or if you're just out and about going to the park or trying to go get a peace of mind or something like that. The harassment is more severe. And I notice even while you're in your home, you're not safe, but it's harder for them to harass you when you're in your home, but sometimes even after you leave your home, these people have permission, they're in with the locksmiths and things like that, to go in your home and plant devices and video and audio devices to surveil you while you're even in your home, so you're not even safe there. The whole objective of community harassment and gang stalking is to pull you out of your character. They want to get a reaction from you, rather that be a violent reaction or an emotional reaction, whether you fall into a depression to the point where you want to unalive yourself. The whole purpose is to make you crazy. Like, they want you to become crazy so that way they can either put you in a jail cell or into a mental institution, or to the point that you're so paranoid that you'll just isolate yourself and be confined to your room. You know what I mean? And the sad part about it is some victims of community harassment really do end up unaliving themselves, and it's sad. And you might be asking, well, why would the community want to harass and stalk you? That's a great question. You have to ask yourself, for one, they get a financial reward, some type of material reward, whether it be, we'll put you in a condo, you won't be homeless anymore, we'll get you a new car, or, if you do this for this amount of time, we'll give you this amount of money. And, people jump on it. Yeah, well, shit, all I gotta do is watch him do this and then report back to you and tell you that he's doing that. Yeah, sign me up. What do I sign? It's that simple. So, and back to the reason why they do it. So the first reason is they know, and they knew since your birth, that you were and are the ordained chosen one by the Most High God, and they know that. Even Jesus Christ said something to this sort. There will be many who will come after me who will do greater works than I. Something he said like that. And so he knew that there would be many people, generations down the line, who will be ordained by God to come to this planet to try to restore the peace and the beauty that the planet once had at one point in time before, these corrupt societies and things have taken over, And the second reason would be that that you're ex-convicted felon, and they feel that you should be in a prison for the rest of your life. They don't care what type of crime you did. They just look at you as a criminal, and they feel that you're not safe to be in the community. So they want you out of their community, pretty much. They don't want you a part of it. They want you in a mental institution. They want you in a jail cell, or they want you in the grave. That's their whole objective, is to do one of those main three things. And I'm gonna talk about this in another video, but it gets to the point where even the person you sleep next to every night may be the one who actually put you up for a sacrifice. And this happened to me, and I'll talk about that in another video. Of course, they were unsuccessful at unaliving me, but I'm still here, and they are shocked that I even, it had to have been an act of God that got him out of this. It's just fucking crazy. Part of my language. Now, this may be a little bit off of the topic, but I want you to think for a second. Every country is not innocent. They're not innocent. Y'all don't, every country is in on this little satanic ritual, this little satanic doctrine, this little satanic operation and programming that they got going on, right? So you got this big fish eat little fish type of mentality, right? So you got the higher class, the lower class, you got the higher class, the middle class, and the lower class. This is satanic type of structure. This is satanic structuring to even think or to even apply this type of thinking to the people of this world. Think about this for a second, right? I was told that you can fit the whole world's population into one state in America. You can fit the whole entire world's population into the state of Texas. They talking about the world is so overpopulated, and we don't know what to do. There's a food shortage, and there's this. That's all lies, man. All lies. Think about it, man. Like one watermelon. Look at all the seeds in one watermelon. Well, the seeds that used to be in the watermelon before they started doing these old, GMO, no seedless fruits and things like that. But look at all the seeds that used to be, or if you can find you an organic watermelon, look at all the seeds in that one watermelon. Can produce hundreds of other watermelons if you just plant the seeds from that one watermelon. You can feed a whole community from one watermelon. After you replant the seeds, you can feed a whole community, right? You can feed a whole community with one apple tree. You know how many apples a tree produces when it's, taken care of and, cared for? That thing gonna produce hella apples. Same thing, oranges. All the fruits, man, they have so many seeds. You just plant one, it grows a whole plant that can feed families. But the thing is, they got rid of all the fruit trees and started planting these hybrid GMO trees that just, whatever they doing, they ain't producing no food. So my point is this: there should be no hunger in this world. If one watermelon, all the seeds in the watermelon, if you plant that, you can feed a whole community. Now imagine if you planted 1,000 watermelons, man. You know what I mean? All them extra seeds and 1,000 apple trees and 1,000 orange trees, right? There should be no hunger in the world. Because that's the type of foods we supposed to be eating anyway. That's good for you. Fruits, vegetables, you know what I mean? The meat, just whatever. You eat meat, that's what we do, But at the same time, then with this homelessness stuff, right? If you could fit the entire population into the state of Texas, the whole world's population into the state of Texas, all that other land, you telling me that you can't build each person a house and let them have their own garden so that we don't have to work to buy food that y'all growing? Think about that for a second. So I'm not saying that, nobody should have to work, because people have great ideas and come up with great ideas, like the invention of the car. The person who created the car, I don't know how to create a car. I don't know how to build a car. So yeah, I will work to buy one of these cars. Or, the thing they used to do, what is it called? The bargain thing, or the whatever that was called. Or, somebody come up with a nice clothing line, yeah, I will work to buy the clothes. But something that God put here for us naturally, that grows anywhere, as long as you water it, take care of it a little bit. Food, fruits, vegetables, shouldn't be paying for that type of stuff, man. Right? You shouldn't have to pay to have shelter on land that God put here for everybody. You understand? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I got off a track there for a second. But now you understand why I am a targeted individual.